Most of you will already know that best offer has been a feature that's been around for quite some time. What you may or may not know is that eBay is implementing a feature in the best offer function that will require your buyers to pay for your item immediately. And we're going to talk about that, and it's very controversial. We're going to talk about that on the other side. So without any further ado, let's go. Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. This is John from Flippin Ain't Easy, and today we're going to talk about something that came across the radar last week. Saw a video that was put out by Rockstar Flipper last week, and in that video he was given a screenshot from a buyer that he knows, and the screenshot looks like this. And in that screenshot it says, your offer is ready to roll. We'll send this one off for you, and if it's accepted, we'll charge you for the total amount. Good luck. Now if you look, it says pay with, you could choose the payment option you want. I'm sure it would either give you the option for PayPal, credit card, debit card, that type of thing. Delivery, it'll give the estimated delivery date based on your handling time and your location and all that stuff, your shipping policy. Ship to, and of course it gives the buyer a chance to put their address in there, and then the total including tax. And in the disclaimer, now it's going to be hard for you to see this, but I'll read it to you. By sending the offer, you authorize eBay to charge your payment method for the indicated total if the seller accepts your offer and you agree to eBay's user agreement and privacy notice. And then it gives a chance for the buyer to, how do you like our checkout feature, and leave feedback. And this is not available to all buyers, and I don't know if it's attached to the buyers themselves or if it's attached to just a random seller. There's no opt-in that I know of. It's a beta test right now. I think the idea is for this to be rolled out by the end of 2021, and that's something we need to look for. But I gather by this screenshot that it's only for best offer. It's not for offers to watchers, and it's not for auctions. So that's something that's going to be looked at. It may be that this is going to be like trial and error to see what kind of feedback they get, how it works, how it meshes with their system, if it is something that we've been asking for, and if it gets good feedback from the sellers. And I'm sure they're going to listen to the buyers on this as well. Now, I can tell you that there's been a lot of sellers like myself that have been asking for this feature for quite some time. At least, for me, at least 3 years since I've been doing this full time. And it just only makes sense to me. Why is it that we're giving this buyer a great deal? However, they have up to 4 days to pay for it. But our other customers who are willing to pay full price for it without getting any special kind of offers, maybe this buyer isn't in the mood to negotiate. They just need the item, and they're willing to pay a few extra bucks so they can get it and move on. They have to pay right away. They don't get to wait 4 days. But the guy who's getting the discount gets the option to wait up to 4 days, or even longer if you choose not to cancel the transaction. For me, that doesn't seem right. It's sort of like a quasi layaway program that eBay has given these buyers, and it's only good if you've given them a deal on the item itself. So it just doesn't make any sense to me, and it never made sense to me. However, with that said, I'm not the voice for all sellers. I can only tell you my experiences and what the experiences of other sellers that I've had a chance to talk to feel about this particular issue. Now, last week I put out a poll for you guys to give me an idea of where you stand on this particular issue. And before I get to the results of this poll, I wanted to kind of go over your thoughts that you posted after you voted, what you posted in the comments. One gal's treasure for you wrote, I hope there's a way to opt out. For us that sell multiple items to one buyer, we will be hit with 30-cent fee for each item, and we'll have to either ship separately, or if we combine shipping, eBay will still get percentages on all shipping costs. I don't think the sellers are looking for additional costs they're going to have to pay. Backpack Treasures wrote, It would have to be optional. I can see why someone who sells multiple items would be unhappy. If they have to pay 20 times the 30 cents instead of just 30 cents, that would eat into profits and be a cash grab for eBay, taking a percentage final value fee on shipping on each transaction. Buyers may receive their credit card statement and forget and do a chargeback, or there may be a lot more cancellations, in which case eBay still gets to keep their transaction fee. In 4 years, I've only had 5 to 10 unpaid items, but I'm a very small sample size. Another viewer, Tom Danks, wrote, I'm not sure. I have had multiple buyers message me and say that they'll pay me on Friday, usually their payday, and not cancel the order. I have a full-time job, so I don't mind, but other full-time eBayers might feel differently. Another viewer, John M., and this is no relation to me whatsoever, I promise you that. This viewer comments quite often on my videos. This is great. Had some people accept, then never pay. I kept getting harassing emails as I went through non-paying bidder process. Lady kept getting pissed. How can I ask her to pay for something she didn't buy? I love those lame lies. Had to cancel last week. I didn't realize until recently if an item is paid and canceled, it is still recorded as a sale and is added in your 1099 for year end. Have made sure you reconcile that. It's BS they do that though. Now I don't know if they do that or not, something I need to look into, and of course every seller needs to do their own due diligence and check to see if that's going on as well. Another seller, the Monster Loon, wrote, the old way hasn't been a problem for me. A good percentage of my sales have been on best offer, and I've never had to wait more than 2 to 3 days for someone who has accepted an offer to pay up. It looks like from a buyer's perspective, it would be an inconvenience, but hopefully not a deterrent. And the last comment I'm going to read is from Free American. I think this is the right decision because so many people accept the offer and either it takes them a week to pay or they end up not getting it at all. And I can concur with that. I had a rotisserie, it's a shawarma rotisserie that I had up for sale for like 150 bucks plus shipping. I accepted a best offer on it for like 130 bucks plus the cost of shipping. And I was waiting for the payment. I had the box ready to go, just waiting for the label, and it never came. The payment never came. And of course, after the 5th day, I went in and canceled it. I'm not going to wait any longer. I'll give someone else who's serious a chance to buy it. But, you know, it's just a bummer that, you know, as sellers, that we give someone a discount and, again, they get a layaway program and we have to restock the shelf with that item when they don't come and pay for it. Now, let me just say this. There's an excellent YouTuber by the name of Don the Auction Professor. He sells collectibles mostly. He says he's sold all kinds of items in the past. He has a much larger store than I'll ever hope to put together, and that's fine. That's not my business model. And he has a lot of feedback from not only his perspective, but I'm sure he interacts with a lot of folks in the collectible and vintage categories. And I'm sure he's echoing a lot of the things that he's hearing and, of course, he's dealing with on his sales. And in his video, and I'll go ahead and post it here, he makes a case, you know, and I think kind of a stretch in my opinion, but he makes a case that it's a bad thing. This whole best offer instant payment is a bad thing because it is going to cause customer confusion. In his opinion, it's going to make it more difficult for his repeat buyers who may want to take advantage of a deal but don't have the means to pay right away, or maybe they're bundling a lot of different items and want those items shipped together. And yes, I understand that is his concern. I certainly do. And I watched the video, and I encourage you to do as well. I don't quite agree, but I have a different type of model than Don does. And so I respect his opinion. I'm not saying he's wrong at all. I'm saying that I disagree. And I guess this is going to be something that we're going to have to wait on. Now, will it affect his business differently than it, say, would affect mine? Because I'm selling like all kinds of stuff. I get very few repeat buyers. In fact, I think maybe, you know, it's like a 1% or less than a percent repeat business. It's just different people randomly buying my stuff. So it doesn't affect me the way it affects Don. Now, we have payment policies that we currently have. You can set up your listing to where you don't even have to take immediate payment. Someone can go and buy your item and you can give them as long as you want. And that's at full price if you want to set up your payment options that way. Most sellers on this platform generally want their money right now. eBay would be at a disservice to their sellers if they did not give us the option to set this up in our payment policies. Let's hope once this thing gets out of beta that we will be able to set this up. Maybe someone like Don and his niche would set it up entirely different than how I would set mine up. But this is our business. We should be given the ability and the right to choose how we want to accept our payments when it comes to giving out a discount, in this case, like best offer. I did a poll on this because I was curious to hear how you guys thought about this feature that's being implemented. And I'll read the question. As you may have heard, eBay is currently doing a beta to require immediate payment on best offer purchases. This feature would require the buyer to provide their credit card information, and the card would be charged if the buyer accepts the best offer. It is currently not known if eBay will allow sellers to opt out, requiring immediate payment or best offer through selling preferences. Do you support this feature? I cut it off there, but do you support this feature? And out of 294 votes, 73% said yes, 13% said no, and 14% were undecided. The majority of sellers out there do support this feature because, like the $150 item I sold, went unpaid for. Now, I have to go back in and, of course, have to relist it. Now, eBay, in many cases, will allow or offer to relist my item for me. In this case, it did. But if it's part of a multi-item listing, it won't relist the item for you. You're going to have to go in and readjust your quantities. It's just not, to me, it just doesn't make sense. And I've explained my thoughts and my take on that earlier in the video. But I'm curious what you guys have to say. Comment down below. Let me know how you feel, why you feel that way. I'm sure eBay watches videos like this. I'm sure that they do evaluate feedback. Let's hope that they are not listening to just one side and the other, in this case, 20-25% of sellers, they're just turning a blind eye to. There's got to be a way within your selling preferences or within your payment policies that eBay can toggle this thing on and off. With technology right now, it is so easy for a team of programmers to go in and do pretty much anything that they want to. And to me, it's just a money thing. If eBay is serious about implementing this without forcing it down certain sellers' throats, they should, and please eBay, you should seriously spend the money and the resources into giving all sellers the option to include this feature. I, for myself, support it, and I'm glad it's coming. It's not quite here because I haven't seen it yet, but the fact that some sellers have experienced it is a good thing. It means that they're working on it and it's coming. But hopefully they watch videos like this and implement the ability for you to set it up any way you feel it might work best for your business. So that's all I have for you today. Please hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and hit that notification bell so that you're notified when I make a video or go live. Sales for me this weekend were pretty good. Got a big, what I call a Santa bag. These are the bags that the post office give you. And these things are just loaded with USPS packages. I have another stack of UPS packages that I've either done, and I have like another 10 that I have to run. By the time you're watching this Monday, they'll be probably done, but I'll be working on those Monday morning. So hopefully you had a great weekend as well. I have to say the video I put out a few days back, I wasn't expecting anyone to really watch it, to be honest with you, because it was more of a rant on my end, and I really don't like doing videos like that. I almost didn't even put out the video, to be honest with you. But I really felt strongly, and I still do feel strongly, that there is a good community of YouTubers out there that really do a good job in presenting the videos and the eBay product and helping other sellers. And on the flip side of that, I think there's other YouTubers that they do put out good content, but it's really done in a way where it just comes off the wrong way, at least for me. So watch that video if you want to get my take on that. So guys, here we are, Q4, right in the middle of it. And for me, things are picking up. Hopefully for you, they are as well. And please let me know down below how your sales are going. But whether your sales are hot or you're still waiting for them to pick up, just know that flipping ain't easy. And I'm going to talk to you guys here very soon. Have a good start to your week, everyone.